Welcome back to the channel. My name is Håkan. In this video we're gonna take a look at my best photos from 2022. One thing to remember is I'm not a professional photographer, I'm not a paid photographer, I'm just a pure amateur or hobbyist that really likes to take photos. So these images are kind of like snapshots from my life, and yeah, so let's dive in and take a look at some images. So the first image is from a trip to Majorca. This was a trip that me and my girlfriend and her dad took, and while we were on Mallorca, we did some biking in the mountains, and this first image is a picture of my girlfriend and her dad going up into the mountains. And yeah, I really like this image. I think it's a great black and white image. I really like it when you have this high contrast between black and white. I also like you have some leading lines in the road that leads your eyes through the image, and then you have like my girlfriend and her dad is in the foreground, then you have some middle ground, and then you have the mountains in the back, which are a background. And so yeah, I think it's a really well compositioned image. The second image is also from Mallorca, and this is an image from a mountain, maybe not a mountain top, but it's a passage through the mountains. And here I am on the top, and I'm looking over the road going up this mountain pass, and then in the background you see the city of Palma. So I really like this image because you have this winding road going up, then you have two bikers going up this road, and also here you have like the road is the foreground, then you have a little bit of mountain in the middle ground, and then you have the plains as a background object. And so yeah, I think also this image has a really good composition to it, and yeah, it's one of my favorites from last year. So the next image is also from Mallorca, but this is from a bit more north from where we were staying. So we did a really long bike ride that day. We were supposed to go out to a lighthouse. Unfortunately for us, the road was closed due to some constructions. So this is not far from where we needed to turn back. But this is just an amazing view, and I also think this is a well compositioned image where we have some grass in the foreground, then we have like the sea as a middle ground, and then we have the mountains as a background element, and then we also have some leading lines with some wall that guides your eye through the image. The next image is also one of my all-time favorites from last year. This is from another trip. This time we went to the northern part of Sweden, so it's my girlfriend and her mom. And we were hiking up to a lake that is kind of famous. It's called Trollsjön, and it's one of the clearest lakes in I think in Europe. It's 36 meters deep, and you're supposed to be able to see all the way down to the bottom. Unfortunately for us, this lake was almost covered in ice and snow, so yeah, we couldn't really see the bottom in those parts that were open. But I really like this image because my girlfriend's mom. She thought the hike was a tough one, and I think this image really illustrates her struggling up this path and trying to get through this snow, walking up to this lake. And I think it's just a great image showcasing that. And I really like the mountains on the side, and you got this valley behind her, and you got the tracks leading to her and through the image. So, and I also like this contrast of the grays and the really bright snow. So yeah, just one of my favorites from last year. The next image is also from this trip. So this I don't know, but you see the mountain in the background, and then you have this like shape in the mountain, and that is really famous object in Sweden. It's called Lapporten, so that translates is like the gate to the mountains. So it's a really famous subject here in Sweden. And I wanted to get an image of this, but I found some places where I took an image of this mountain, but I didn't really feel happy with those images. Then one day me and my girlfriend went out on a trip, and we passed this place, and I just knew directly this was the image that I wanted all the time. So I took the image, and I'm really happy with it. I think the lighting is great. You got the clouds over the mountain, and you have lights just zipping through. I have the trees on the sides that frames the mountain, and then you have this tree in the middle. I think it's a birch tree, and it's kind of pointing towards the mountain, so your eyes are just guiding to the main subject that I hope you will see. So yeah, also one of my favorites from last year. The next image is I think it's pretty easy to see grand landscape and take images of them. I think it's so much harder to see the small things. So this is one of those small things. I was out walking in the woods, and I saw this fern. Now, when I saw it, I thought that the fern was really green, and the grass under it wasn't that green, but it was still green. So in color, it just blended. It was not a very exciting image, but in my mind I knew if I would convert this to black and white, I could make the fern really bright and the grass under it could be really dark. And when I got home, I converted it into black and white, and I managed to get what I had in my head when I saw this fern, and I think it turned out great. And I think that is a showcase that you really can find some small things that can be a really good image if you just put your mind to it. I think it's really easy to get stuck in just photographing those great epic landscapes and forget about the really small things that actually can be a really good image. So the last image is from a window looking out at our and our neighbor's backyard. And yeah, I really like this image because on this day, or for actually 2 days, the snow was just pouring down. It was, I think we got almost a ½ meter of snow in less than 48 hours. and that is not so usual here where I live. So yeah, I just wanted to capture that, and I really like this image where I managed to have a really fast shutter time so I could stop the snow that was falling down. And yeah, I think it's turned out great, and it's just a great memory to have. So that is my 7 favorite photos from last year. I took around 1500 images, so uh, that just tells that you can take a massive amount of images, but just a few will turn out really, really great. But I think that it was makes photography so much fun that you can really learn a lot, and you will need to keep shooting over and over again to really capture those golden moments. So yeah, I will keep shooting in 2023 and hope to capture some more really nice images that I can show at the end of the year. But this was the 7 images that I think that I really got good results of, and yeah, I'm really proud of them, and I hope you have liked seeing those images during the year. So with that, I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.